What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out another video. This is coming to you from Triangle, Virginia in Forest Greens Golf Club. It's about, I would say, 40 to 45 minutes south of DC. It's right off 95, really easy to get to, and it's one of the best priced courses, in my opinion, for what you get. Before I go any further and I take you on this drive-in, hey, we're almost there to 1,000. Help your boy out. Hit that subscribe button. Would mean a lot to me. But back to the video, and you'll notice here, Chrome Softs, the good balls, they're locked away. You know it's going to be an interesting day when I have the Kirkland gloves, Kirkland balls. And let's be clear, this is absolutely not a jab or a dig at Kirkland. Costco, Kirkland, love you guys. I am there literally 3 times a week. $2 slices of pizza, free samples. You don't have to say anymore. Biggest fanboy over here. Sponsor your boy. It would be hype. But anyway, where I was going with this is because I'm so rusty, and this is the first time playing in over 4 months, I'm expecting to lose a shit ton of balls. I better be losing $2 balls over my $5, $6 balls. So that's where I was going with my earlier comment. But just to give everyone a heads up, you know, the winter season, plus your boy was battling some injuries. We're getting old, man. The lower hip, the back. I mean, do I really need hip surgery at 35 years old? Not a good look. Anyway, we've been hitting the gym. We've been trying to get stronger and rehab that stuff. Also notice how I'm wearing all black. Your boy's gotten a little porkier. We took bulking season a little way too far this year, but cracking up as I'm saying that because I'm fat. But I was trying to say how the all black, you know, makes your boy look slimming. Do I look kind of good? I mean, do I? Here we go. Hole 1, the first hole, the first driver shot of 2024. And, you know, there's no tracer. I got a weird angle. I kind of messed it up, but look at the mini map. We end up in the bunker. I actually squared it up and hit it pretty good with my second shot, and noticed this nice little touch. So when I was watching some of my old videos, I noticed it's impossible to see where the flag was. So let me know what you guys think. Is that little flag tacky, or does it look good? I thought it looked cool, so I kept it. Anyway, back to the more important matter at hand here. Are we starting 2024 with a comfy 2-putt par? Yes, we are. We are back. This game is easy. Put me on tour. This is currently being released during the Masters. I mean, I was going to say put me on the Masters exemption list for next year, because I can banana fade it into the straw on a short par 4. Ball don't lie. Mark, shut up. The golf gods will humble you quick. And you can see that my friend ended up seeing it. She said it just rolled in, so not a terrible look, but I'm actually really happy with this approach, and I'm convinced, I'm sure there's some science or something, some psychology to this, some aspect I'm not thinking of. But when I was talking to my friends, because they also took some time off as well, but what I found really, really interesting, the more time that I took off, the more free that I swung. I had zero swing thoughts in my head. My only swing thought was really just hit the ball. Not my grip, not my path. Am I over the top, yada, yada. There's something really refreshing about that. And you can see, I mean, are we about to go 3 for 3 with Gers? Wow. We are tracking that pin. The form, the stance, and as I'm looking at my, you know, everything on camera, it doesn't look great. Look how hunched over I am on this putt. I mean, there's a lot of little things that just don't really add up to being maybe good technique, good form. But hey, that's 3 holes, 3 Gers, 3 comfy pars. What's the course record? Someone phone it in. What's the course record from the Blue Tees? Of course, as I say that, we have one of the easier par 3s, and we hit it right into the bunker. Not the best swing, but not the worst. I think I was good contact, and first time getting the hands checked real quick. The hands team, wow. I think we just moved from all district to maybe honorable mention. If we can save it with a putt, that's all that matters, and we don't. So we end up with a 2-putt bogey, first bogey of the day. But you know what? If you told me in 4 months off, not even training or anything, you'd be 1 over through 4, I would take that in a heartbeat. And then here's where some of the rust starts to show. That tracer was very lenient. That was more of a snap hook more than a pull. It rode up this big hill, and I'm lucky. And I will admit, it was in like a pile of rocks, so I did move it off that. We're not breaking a club over 1 stroke here, but we still had to look onto the fairway. So this is a short par 5 that I now have to lay up. I was probably laying up no matter what, but this is where, oh yeah, if the wedges are going to be locked, it doesn't matter if you're pushing, pulling driver, doesn't matter if you need to lay up, rely on the short game. We have a really, really makeable birdie putt. Everyone knows my saying, don't leave them short. So, of course, we leave it short. That's a downhill putt. I mean, that one, I think I ranted to my cart partner for like 10 more minutes about that putt. Man, that was tough. Anyway, back to a par 3. Oh, geez. Here comes the rust. We went from what's the course record 3 holes ago to can I save par? Can I save bogey? This is going to be hard. Oh, boy. This is going to be hard to watch. So for everyone who thought, hey, Mark, 6 handicap, breaking 90, that's going to be easy for you. That's literally stroke 2, stroke 3. We are hitting 4 on a very straightforward, simple par 3. You probably can't hear my chatter, but it was wet, it was muddy. It did rain the day before, so it was cart path only. And if it wasn't clear, there was just mud and grime and crap everywhere. We're going to blame that, and obviously we're going to blame the 4 months off. Can't be me, can't be my wedges, but you know what? New hole. Let's get in there. We hit another weak, leaky fade right, and the good news is stays in play, so we're not OB. We can get a club on it. And I think on this shot, you can't tell, but the ball's way above my feet. That felt like a straight baseball swing. So that was a very, very good contact. And that's all we're really worrying about today is just good contact. Let's try to make putts. But this is going to be, I learned my lesson from the last hole. So I got the wedge shanks, wedge duffs before. We switched to a 9-iron and I bumped and run that. So instead of relying on just a wedge to pick it clean, we just bump and run it on. Hey, we're back on the par train. Okay, we'll take it. Reset, par 5, here we go. We got one of the longer ones at 524, and hey, that is a fairway hit right down the middle. So your boy, this is exactly what I expected. We have a few pars here and there. We have a triple and a few bad holes and a bad shots. It's going to happen. Let's keep moving it down. That's a really good second shot. So what did I say a moment ago? Let's rely on the wedges and we can score. I think this one was about 100 yards, and I'm playing it like 110 to 115 because, oh, no. Oh boy, you hate to see it. That is a good old scoop of Chunky Monkey, and that's fresh out of the kitchen. But it's fine. We can still get up and down for part. Mark, not again. You wanted a second scoop of Chunky Monkey? That is just embarrassing. If you're looking, if you're looking on how to play or how to hit wedges, just do the opposite of what you've been watching the past couple of holes. I knew this would be bad, but those were just demoralizing. Luckily, I saved this putt. I'm really lucky to get away with a bogey there after those 2 duffs. Here comes the last hole of the front 9, and we start off really strong with a really, really good drive. That was actually my drive of the day. It might not look like it, but I think for those that know, when you just hit it square center face, there's no better feeling. And then this is going to look like a miss hit. I remember this from the first time I played. So on the right-hand side there's a bunch of crap, wasteland. I can't remember if there's water or not, but just it's a lot of OB. So I was trying to fade it in from the left to right. It didn't fade as much as oh yeah. Almost birdied that to end. That would have been great. We take that little 6-incher for a gimme. Point being, I was saying you want to favor that left-hand side. If you're using my video as a scout, stay the hell away from the right. You want to miss left. There's nothing wrong, especially when it's a back pin like that. So anyway, we walk away with a par there, and that was a snap hook, and it was the saddest thing ever. It almost stayed on and just trickled down slowly right to there. Luckily, I found it. We punch out, and we give ourselves a really good look to just move it down. This was a really awkward swing. You can see that the ball was way above my feet. Maybe it's not that obvious, but that was like a baseball armsy, handsy swing, just punch it down. And then it gives us a look to try and get up and down for par. I think if I remember correctly, this was like 100 to 105 out. We end up having an open face and block it right. So we have a chance at par. Can we do it? Oh boy, another putt left short. So not the end of the world. I think we're playing okay. Not great, not terrible. We're playing okay. Let's see if we can salvage the next few holes and build something off that. This was, that's the ball flight that I really, really love. So I don't hit it very far, as you all know, but if I can hit like a tight draw, I mean, that's my favorite ball flight to have. And oh no, Mark, you waste one of your best drives of the day. And you can see there's like a hill on the right-hand side. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it just rode the hill, rode the path. I ended up pin high on the green to the right. So maybe the golf gods are looking out for me. So we end up chipping on, and we have a very makeable 5-6 footer to save par. Okay, you know what? You deserve bogey. That was the worst approach shot ever. The golf gods bailed you out. On to the next hole. We have a shorter par 4, and, you know, when you play, take a look at the mini map. There's one spot on the entire court, on the entire hole you don't want to hit. It is that right there. You see this pond right in front of me? You could literally hit it like anywhere else but that pond, and that's where I snap hook it into. You know, a second ago I just said how my favorite ball flight is like a tight draw. When I get quick, when I get over the top, it becomes a pull hook, and that's what I just did. So we end up dropping. So we were hitting 3. I hit it short 4. We get it onto here 5, and this is to save bogey. Nope, that is another double bogey. Oh boy, we are 8 over. So now we have a par 3 to try to reset. This is a downhill, so even though it says 177, it's playing, I think it was playing a lot shorter than that. Doesn't matter. We end up pull hooking again, and man, this is where, you know, I made a comment earlier how that was a really sick shot, by the way. I wish I zoomed in on that. We throw an absolute sand dart to like 3 feet, and thank God we make that par. But I was saying a second ago how, you know, it's refreshing when you have no swing thoughts, you're just playing. But when you're about 9-10 holes in and you start noticing the fade, then you overcompensate to try and draw, then you snap hook, and then now you need to overcompensate for the snap hook. Oh man, golf is just a really humbling game. And speaking of humbling, look at that. We just shanked that. I mean, that should have been my thumbnail right there. 6 handicap, shanks it way right. That was such a bad swing, but you know what? I was going to say, it can't get any worse than that, right? I wonder if golf's mental, because we just went from shank to duff, and, you know, this is why golf, you know, just on a serious note, golf is such a beautiful game, man. You know, it's the highs are highs, the lows are low, but the highs you don't appreciate unless you hit these lows, and I've put a lot of my rounds out there. I've PR'd on my channel, and I've shot some of my worst rounds. Look at Pohick Bay. That's probably the worst one that I've ever had, and I'm going to play that again this year. I am going to conquer Pohick Bay once and for all. On a side tangent, for anyone in the Northern Virginia area, I've played every course probably a million times. For some weird reason, Pohick Bay has my number. I don't think I've broken 90 there ever. As like a lower handicap, I just can't do it. I don't know why. But anyway, just want you to look at this shot. Why is that, Mark? Why do you want them to do that? That can't go in. Is that going? Oh, wow. Like I said, the highs are highs, the lows are low. And, you know, we are now a few holes out from finishing this round. Can we build some momentum? This pin, I mean, I don't know who pissed off the greenskeeper. That pin was disgusting. It was like a Sunday tucked behind bunker rough, back left. Man, we throw another good sand shot. It wasn't as close as the last one, but it's just funny how as the round went on, I was getting used to my swing. I was saying how, you know, the short, oh man, the short game. I was going to say the short game started really, really picking up. We drained that putt. That's a hell of a sandy. The hand started feeling good in the sand. The putter started feeling good. Here comes the driver. I think we're finding some momentum. So I already knew this round wasn't going to be perfect. I told you when earlier in the video, if I could keep it to less than 6 balls lost, and if I broke 90, I would call it a success. So obviously looking back and reflecting and commentating on the video, it's easier said than done. You know, in the heat of the round, you get frustrated. Golf is a dark place. Once your mind starts spiraling somewhere, it just, doesn't stop. But if I take a step back and just look at it, for literally not touching a club in 4 months and to be pretty close to breaking 80, and for what it's worth, Goose honor rankings, check me. I did mess up the score. I'm actually plus 10 right now. I forget what hole it was. I noticed it when I was actually recording the final voiceover, but didn't want to go back and change every single edit. Yeah, deal with it, guys. But I'm currently plus 10, and like I was saying a second ago, for basically taking all this time off, for as bad as I played, I think I'll take a low 80s round 10 times out of 10, especially on a par 5, a course that ends on a par 5, absolutely love it. And if we could end, of course we don't, we end up in the bunker for our 4th shot, and let's see if I'm still all district. That was a really good shot. I'm actually very happy with that. So like I was saying, we end up with a chance to end on a par, a really, really good note. So can we do it? No, we can't. We're going to end with a 2-putt bogey, which puts us at plus 11. That is a 83 for the first round of the season. But you know what? We will take that. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I think the next one in the queue, we have Herndon Centennial.